Hey Capricorn, I've been fighting to do your reading for days, so the energy is just like, it's here. So I'm gonna start. I've got my washing about to spin out. One of you said, are you sure that's a washing? It sounds like a Mustang. Yes, it's loud. And I was like, just pause it for the reading, but no, I don't want to catch the rain. So I need to get my stuff out. So that is that. You're gonna hear a lot of noise, but this is how it's working out. I'm not sacrificing my washing and I'm not sacrificing the reading. Free. Follow your first instincts. Gonna pull the first energy, present energy, first card, see what wants to come out. Little flabbergasted. Sure, I'll settle as we move through this. Just so much resistance to do this reading. I'm just like, yeah, 5 of Wands, inner conflict, present energy, illusion, 27 past, dragonfly medicine coming through. Transformation, death. Focus on the transformation, not the trigger. This come up for you guys before. Something coming through about there's a difference between transmuting energy and storing and recycling energy, shall I say. If you go to the gym in a state of rage and you feed that rage and you wind yourself up as you're building muscle, the muscle that's built is, that almost unhealthy masculine energy, that stress, that trauma, that frustration is stored in the body. The intention of the seed creates the fruit, the quality of the fruit, the type of fruit. You can be in a state of rage and work out, but choose to channel and transmute and master the mind and shift, come to the back to the heart space. There's different ways of doing things that yield different results. Energy sparks energy. It's not what you do, it's how you're doing it. There's something here where instead of focusing on the conflict, on the triggers, on the turmoil, the things that are pushing you to boiling point right now, people testing you, pushing your buttons, it's like instead of looking at everyone to have a Barney with them about how ridiculous they're being, like fighting your corner, instead of fighting every mofo that comes up to you to, tell you about yourself, mirror yourself to you in some way, to everyone that comes to deceive you, to anyone with bad intentions, people like slating your name, whatever it is. Instead of fighting each attack, instead of attacking each attacker, to attack the root of the issue, to fight for yourself instead of fighting others. Alchemy. It's like everything coming through is for your advantage as much as it feels like a disadvantage in the present. What do you really want to create? What do you really want to achieve? People that are deceiving you are always going to deceive you. But also, it's like instead of externalizing the pain and the blame, to use it as an opportunity to level up. When people are telling you about yourself, instead of defending yourself, check in with yourself. I was having this conversation with one of my family members recently. I'm not going to go into who, because it's like I'll share what I share, but no one else says they want to. They're not here to ask. So I had a chat with one of my family members the other day, and it was like that sometimes they say things and do things or lead situations to get the outcome they want, and it's like having a plan for somebody, manipulative energy. And it's like they were saying that they don't see it until retrospect. They don't see that it's like not intentional sneakiness, it's genuinely making decisions off instinct, first instinct, but in retrospect seeing how it was an unconscious, clever way. And it's that trickster medicine that came out for this person. and there's this like fear of themselves because of not liking that like manipulative behavior. And I said there's a difference between being manipulative, being spiteful, being abusive, and following your internal guidance system and like being used in a divine way for the highest good of all and yourself. It's not like intentionally planning to like, oh, if I tell this person to meet me here and this other person might be there, like, you know, like then they might bump into each other. But it's like not even thinking that someone might be there, but asking someone to meet you there, and then it happens, and then you see how this is something maybe you had hoped for, but that's not why you asked them to come. You never saw that happening. I don't know how to explain. And I basically was trying to put this person's mind at rest that like there's a difference between being spitefully manipulative, intentionally manipulative, being calculated and abusive, even free, and just being in your heart space, being yourself. 7-Eleven, making decisions that are right for you. You could be feeling like you're the bad guy in all situations. Maybe to others you are. Maybe you find yourself asking people to do things or communicating with others in a way where it leads them to do certain things they need to be doing. Like maybe you ask someone to go and get you something from the shop, but you don't need them to go. You actually would rather go for a walk yourself. But something in you just goes, oh, I feel like I should ask. You ask someone to go. They really needed to get out to move some kind of emotion. It wasn't fun for them to walk. Maybe they got rained on. Maybe they had a terrible time. Maybe they're like, oh my gosh, you're such a burden. Maybe they tell everyone that you asked them to go and walk to this shop for you, so how terrible you are. But you knew that it wasn't about that. That it was actually this person needed to get out and go for a walk. And they wouldn't have done that. They wouldn't have done that for themselves, but they would have done that because you asked them, maybe because it's a people-pleasing thing, whatever it is. And it's like, in retrospect, seeing how you've been almost feels like a conniving, like you've tricked the person into going for a walk when it was never really about the shop. But you don't see this until afterwards when you're like, hang on, I didn't even need them. I wanted to go for a walk. Why did I ask them? Let go. Stop looking for reasons why you're doing something wrong. There's a bigger reason for everything. I have a similar medicine, weasel medicine, that's come out for me before. It's divine. And the difference between a good weasel medicine, a good coyote medicine in terms of the trickster medicine, and a bad coyote or a bad weasel medicine is you, 944. Do you trust yourself, you know, to use your medicine for good use? And to not even use your medicine, but to surrender to the medicine, to know that everything's divine. Because it's like, it's not like you're sitting there, is what I said, it's like to my family member, it's not like you're sitting there in the room with a big whiteboard trying to work out all these things to create shifts in your community, because it might be family, it might, you know, depending on what that means to you. But yeah, you are triggering others are triggering you, triggering each other into a huge transformation. Take action to continue to transform. Be grateful for the triggers. Be grateful for seeing all your shadows. Be grateful for seeing, you know, be grateful for the shame. Be grateful for the guilt. Be grateful for, you know, seeing the most unhealed parts of yourself through others. because only that way can things be solved, can things be accepted, that can things be loved unconditionally, 111, can things be fully healed. This is a life-changing transformation, but it's like your whole spirit is uneasy. Sun on the back of the deck, 111. Mustangs going on. Yeah, past energy, Ten of Swords, dead, done and dusted with, darling. Dead, done and dusted with Ten of Swords. As I'm doing that, I'm seeing the other Ten of Swords from the other deck. Oh gosh, he's really going for it. Empress. An end to impressing is what's coming through with the Empress. There's really no F's given here. Line coming through from Wednesday. It's like, oh, you really don't care what people think. And it's like, oh, I wish I cared a little more. Some of you may have even been stuck in this illusion that you really care what people think, but it was never about that. It may have been judged this way. This is something I'm being guided to share, something with myself. I went through a season of caring what others thought. However, something was revealed to me that a part that I thought was insecurity was actually not being okay. I used to completely like transform myself and like shapeshift on a daily, because it would take me hours and hours to get ready. I would never feel good enough. I would always be worried that people were like judging me or whatever. I'd always feel unsettled. But what I was guided to see is that you was waiting to feel ready to go out. You was waiting to feel ready to leave, like how everyone else. You felt your energy, you tapped into others' energy, and you knew you wasn't ready to leave. Why did I never feel ready to leave the house? Because I'm neurodivergent and I still don't feel ever ready to leave the house. I don't want to leave the house. I don't feel, 57. I don't feel ready to leave the house. Did I really care about what anyone thought of me? At one part in my life, yeah, but one part I really thought it was insecurity and it was not being good enough. But it was actually, I felt like I needed to do more to feel okay. Why don't I feel okay? Why don't I feel ready to leave the house? Must be because my makeup doesn't look right. Must be because my hair doesn't look right. Must be because I'm not good enough. There was a feeling that was off key. This feeling is a feeling that I now know as just me. So there's something here where it's like others may have identified with you as shy, as insecure, as clumsy. And maybe it's not in terms of neurodivergence, it can just be in terms of anything. This is a general reading. But it's like how people have assumed a way that you are is became a belief of your own. This has been revealed. Things, it's like peeling back the layers. It feels like flashback kind of energy. Things being revealed to you through past insight. The best you can do right now is grieve. Let it go. Keep creating space. You can be seeing 13 a lot. The number 13. This is a huge breakthrough. You could really be being pushed to the point where it's like, what is the point of getting up today? Like, you try and get up, you can't. You try and do something, you can't. Block, block, block. Delay, delay, delay. This isn't by accident. It's not because you're being punished to not do what you want to do. It's because in order for you to truly do what you want to do in a seamless fashion, you have to master this spiritual lesson. To let go of control, to heal the feminine, to the widow medicines coming through, to appreciate, to release, to let go, divine feminine energy. Because it's like the feminine's not separate to the masculine when you really get to the root of things. And there's something here where this needs to be dealt with in order for things to come together in the physical. In order for things, 1717, to come together in the physical, in order for a dream to come to fruition, 44 past, something has, feminine wounds are being tended to. Can you receive help? Can you let go? Can you surrender to the divine mother? Can you accept that you ain't got a clue, that you don't know what you're doing, that you know that something's coming through, but it is that ego death of things. Today, I put the cat's breakfast out, chilling with her for a bit. She's pretty much, no, she's halfway through whatever. I had to go upstairs, sitting in the bedroom, and I can hear, no, I couldn't even hear, I just felt a shift. I felt a shift. No, I did. I heard banging, and I was like, what is that? I come running downstairs, and the fox is eating. He's literally, because I made her like a little table on the side, because they say the cat's meant to eat higher up instead of like putting their head upside down, kind of hanging. Little table, put her bowls up there. Fox has whacked the box off, whacked her little table off, whacked her bowl off, and is eating her food. Usually I'd let the fox chill, but this time the fox is literally this close from the cat, and the cat's sitting there, and I thought I'm gonna just have to run. So I just opened the back door and I've just ran out, like in that intentional energy that like I'm gonna catch the fox. Like that's the energy the fox needs to think, because obviously I'm not gonna catch this fucking fox. Well, that's the kind of thing, like my energy's got to be scare the fox off, when really I'm scared of the fox. So open the door. As I've chased the fox off, the fox has gone right next to the cat. They've brushed fur to fur. The cat's lifted up its arm and its paw and its claws, let its claws out when they do that thing, that Catwoman business, and just went to slap the fox. I'm thinking, for goodness sake, cat, you know, this cat is too, she's just on one. Chase this fox off, and then as the fox gone over the fence, as I'm walking back, I'm just laughing to myself, and I was like, well, we tried our best. I don't know what I would have done if the fox just decided to turn around and chase me back. I said I would have just ran, but we do our best, you know, to protect. And it's like, well, what would you have done at that point? I was like, at that point, you've got to give it up to God and pray. If the fox all of a sudden wants to test me, turn around and chase and like take me on, I'm going to be running up the other end of the garden. I'll let it chase me, and at that point I'm just going to pray that the cat, you know, works it out to move out the fox's way or whatever it is. So at the end of the day, as much as my ego likes to think I'm going to take on this dog with teeth and claws, realistically 347, I'll be running up the garden screaming like a banshee 111 if the fox had caught my bluff. So, because it's like, at the end of the day, I'm not going to actually hurt the fox, because I like foxes. I'm not going to do that. So if I was a hunting geezer, then maybe I could see it through, but I'm not going to see it through. I'm just trying to, you know. And there's something here where it's like, as much as you'd like to think you're invincible, as much as you'd like to think you're doing this on your own, as much as you'd like to think that co-creation, and it's just creation without the co, it isn't. As much as you think we're out here on our own with no energies surrounding us, you know, it depends what you believe, but either way, it's like we don't do nothing in this life on our own. It takes a village. This is something I've been working through. Even me, like, have a thing to do everything on my own, but it's like I wouldn't have been nowhere without like online. The amount of mentors just from things that I've been guided to online, like those are people that exist regardless of seeing somebody face to face. Like there's nothing you're doing on your own when it really comes down to it. Can you receive help? Can you surrender? Can you be honest with yourself that you don't have it the same way that you can, that you do? 2252. Lovers. All right, what's over our, where are we at now? All right, future energy then. Oh, judgment. How you see yourself? Beat down. Guys, it's like useless, worthless, really beat down, but it's like you have been beat down. It's time to pick yourself back up. Initiation, humiliation, rejection, isolation. Yes, you're a business. But your soul laughs at this. Your soul laughs in the face of adversity, honey. Shake that off. Shake that off. Yeah, it's not, it's easier said than done. I hear that. External influences. 3 of swords, 9 of swords. Sore, salt in the wound, sore. Stingy business, bro. 3 of swords, 9 of swords. Yeah. This ain't a little hurt. This is like, you know, this could push you into Joker kind of business. This is betrayal. This is deceit. This is every wound being ripped open, festering, salt in the wound, and if you don't see where it hurts, you can't heal it. It's like, imagine what you're being put through mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, physically. Imagine. What have you done to deserve this? It's not what you've done to deserve this, but this is what you have to do for what you deserve. Because all this mess, all these wounds, all this generational karmic, you know, nonsense is getting in the way of what you truly deserve. And it lives in you. So you're in your own way. So in order for you to liberate yourself from these chains, liberate yourself from poverty, from abandonment wounds, from a need to cling on to everything, the only way out is through. This is going to be the best investment of your life to feel this pain. If any pain was worth this, this pain's as worth it as how pain of childbirth is worth it, because you are birthing you, the you that 6 of Wands, breakthrough, King of Cups, the you that exists in its most authentic form. The you that you could never reveal because of everything in the way that wasn't you. In order for you to break free from illusion, you have to see the illusion. It's easier to pretend like things didn't happen, but it will only stay with you. There's something here where it's like, yeah, you've got every reason to give up. Yeah, this isn't fair, this isn't kind, this isn't a pleasant energy, that these external influences. 222. But this is what you've asked for, King of Wands, Magician. This is what you've asked for. It feels like the best you can do is be aware of the heaviness that you're facing, the emotional turmoil. Be aware. To not shut off, to not distract, to not pretend, to sit in it, to work through it. The very thing you cannot do is the thing you need to do right now. Whatever it is that feels like it's bothering you, that's the thing you need to do. Example, and even don't want to bring this up because I'm trying to forget, but the trip that I didn't make it on, I had to unpack the case. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it after I've done the reading. And I was blocked in every which way because it was like, no, you don't want to unpack the case because the case is going to bring up emotions of the trip and the sadness, and you're going to have to work through that. But until you work through this and let it go, it's blocking you. You're not in the place, you're not in your own vibration, you're not where you want to be in order to even share the highest message for Capricorn. So as much as it feels like this has nothing to, the unpacking has nothing to do with the reading, it has everything to do with the quality of the reading. It doesn't really matter, I can do it later, it's not that deep. Surely that's not the thing that divinely needs to be done. It's so, you know, even that thing of sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is wash the dishes. What is following you along, like, that you need to do, that you'd rather do everything else but? It's like, face them things, work through those things, because those things are helping you to process certain emotions. Once certain blocks have cleared, the things that you truly are excited about are gonna, like, things are gonna speed up in a magical way. Ace of Wands. Strength. 47, you can do this. You can do this. Because even that, I'll be real, guys, I know this ain't what no one wants to hear, but, and this sounds a bit egotistical, but I'm going to say it anyway. Star world. You go and talk to somebody, say you catch up with a friend and you tell them what you're going through, and it's like, oh my gosh, no, you can't be dealing with that. This is impossible. No one can handle that. Oh my gosh, you should, like, you know, you better just take a week in bed, you better, like, whatever. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like, what you're dealing with, obviously you should just cancel all plans and just sit down and, you know, because it's so bad. But realistically, what you're dealing with would end certain energies, certain people. Certain people wouldn't deal with this. But is it so bad? Is it so bad, Capricorn? Or should it be so bad? Should it be so bad? Like, tune in right now. How are you feeling? Because it's like, regardless of what you're dealing with, you're okay. Because you can handle it. The frustration is that you can handle it. Because you can handle it, you're handling it. You'd rather not be handling it. But you can. And it's light work compared to what it would be to many. But it's like, it's a way to not have to do the thing you don't want to do, to sit in the narrative, oh, this is going to be hard for me to edit back, bro, because this is my guides literally slaughtering me as well. I can't deal with this. Can't deal with this. Yes, you can deal with this. You don't want to deal with this. You can deal with this. Because this is like... to sit in that conversation of how much you can't do with it, to accept everybody else, it's like, oh, everyone else says, oh no, you shouldn't be able to deal with this. Okay, then, yeah, no, I shouldn't, so I won't. But you should, and you can, and you are, and you will. So it's like just a way to take a break, to sit in somebody else's narrative, because it would KO somebody else. So you can be like, oh, I'm allowed to be KO'd. This would KO anyone. But it hasn't really KO'd you. But you should be. You should be completely out the game by now. So you've got every right to step out, because this is taking the piss. But you're at. But are you KO? No, you could probably go another 10 rounds. Couldn't you, mate? Stop. I'm telling you. Honestly, it pisses me off too. Sometimes I'm like, why are you still going? Why are you still here? Like, how are you still going? How are you still? And then something will happen, and then I'll just be like, so happy and blissful about something that happens, or I'll see the little hedgehog and I'll be like, why are you smiling? Like, it's an insult to our human that we're smiling. It's an insult to my soul that we're smiling after what, you know, spirits just put me through. You want to be smiling about this hedgehog. But free. Hangman, high perspective, big belly laugh, it's all blessed. Two of Wands. Chariot. Follow your first instincts. You know this breakthrough's here. Free. Let's see what the fairies are saying. Immediate action. A challenge you can successfully manage. A passionate relationship. Last thing you want to hear, innit? Charming, self-confident, passionate and restless. Whenever love comes through on the Capricorn reading, it's like there's no time for it. What I'm seeing is somebody trying to do a test, like studying for the test, and then somebody wants to go and have fun, like, oh, let's go. It's like, I'm studying. This isn't the time for this. What's coming through is you don't know who this is. You don't know if it's going to be the best thing that's ever happened in your life, but you already said no to it. Bring fun into everything you do. Juggling multiple priorities. An exceptional talent for multitasking. Studious, responsible, cheerful and mischievous. Happy news about your career, promotions or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly. Needing a little push to get started. All right, guys, let's put Capricorn out of the misery. What's going on with this Prince of Spring fella? Oh, 5 of Swords, 8 of Swords. Okay, I'll be real. This person coming in is as amused about this as you. Feels like they could do without it as well. Then it's like the insult of that, but then put that shoe on the other foot, my friend. Maybe this is a lesson you're both going to teach each other. It's like, repel. 4. Love, it's coming through like love is a sacrifice, love is a burden, love is a stress, love is a liability. Ooh, love is a liability. Love is a liability. So you celebrate heartbreak. If you celebrate heartbreak, you can't be heartbroken. So it's like really wanting unconditional love, loyalty, like, as an example, this may not be it, but like as a life partner, wanting a life partner, one person, loyal, that kind of energy, but not being able to face the fear of heartbreak because of past heartbreak. So choosing to stay in a cycle of heartbreak intentionally to prevent the bigger heartbreak. Like maybe just if you've got a fear of being used, using others so that at least you know that you're using them and you're choosing to be used, so you're still in control. Maybe one night stands, so you either break other people's hearts or you just protect yours, so you never have to face that long-term heartbreak, but you still get your fix. Feeling like you've mastered something where you are getting exactly what you want, having your cake and eating it, because you're getting what you want and you're still protecting your heart. The very fact that you're protecting your heart means your heart's not getting the full experience. It's not getting the full experience of love. Bad decision. Ding ding. Judgment in reverse. You always think you're the smartest in the room. I'll let you figure it out. Wednesday Addams quote. What is that? The head teacher, Weems. Master Weems, Professor Weems, whatever. Yeah, it's like Spirit saying, you always think you're the smartest in the room. I'll let you figure it out. You're doing a great job so far, aren't you, mate? How's it going? You think it's going well, but is it going well when inside you feel like hell? There's something better here. But can you get over your fear of commitment? Because it's like feeling like you're putting yourself first by not being open to this soulmate kind of love. But actually, it's for you. It's going to liberate you. It's going to transform you in ways you could never imagine. If you can let go of this fear of control. Widow came through, didn't it? Let me check it. It's coming up again. And I ain't the biggest fan, so I just want to get rid of that one. Thing about the widow will eat her mate. The unhealthy side of the feminine, not appreciating the masculine, feeling like you can do it all on your own, feeling like, you know, it's like we need each other, man and woman different, feeling like you can do it all on your own. It's like you can do it all on your own, but you could do it better in union, if that's the right word. There's a power that's going to come from this new love coming in. You're not ready, guys. You're not ready. Guys, the person that's coming in, yeah, you're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready. Like, listen, you put the most perfect, like, you know, person, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, that you could ever dream of. You're not ready. Spirit's about to knock your socks off, honey, with this one. You're not ready. This is beyond your expectations, and it feels like your expectations have never been lived up to, and this is going to have you floored, Capricorn, in a way that you've never been floored. You've never been floored. If any, listen, this energy coming through. Oh my goodness. 222, 17, mountain, lion, leadership, and 19, buffalo, prayer and abundance. You don't understand. You lot are going to be, no, eagle and the snake transmutation. Wow, guys. There's no need to be telling everybody about this new love, okay? Boundaries, armadillo. Not everybody needs to know. Maybe nobody needs to know. Follow your first instincts. Right, who we got here? Buffalo. Ah, spider. I was trying to avoid that. Here it is. Can't get away from it. It's open there. I forgot. Okay, number 43, spider. Where was this bit? Spider will eat her mate if she gets too caught up in herself to see the validity of honouring male energy. The warrior at her side is a strong balancing force. If you've become disdainful of your mate, male or female, and have felt very superior recently, you are not honouring either your male or female side. Resentment will become a black widow spider and eat you up, and the only one to mourn your demise will be you. Get moving, find joy and new ideas in the accomplishments of others, and use them to propel you into a new phase of creative spinning or your own web of delight. Observe Spider's web and find pleasure in the ideas you receive from her universal language. Yeah. It's like, instead of sitting and festering and feeding that resentment, being burnt by your own flame, it's like transmuting that into action that propels you forward, embodying the most highest version of yourself. Number 19, Buffalo. Buffalo medicine is a sign that you will achieve nothing without the aid of the Great Spirit, and that you must be humble enough to ask for that assistance and then be grateful for what you receive. Being guided to make peace with all, release blame, dissolve shame, guilt, accept, love yourself, work through that, do what you need to affirm some kind of tap in, or get into the body. Mountain Lion, number 17. But really, how you move, how you talk, how you walk, what you do in every moment of every day, in the in-between time, how you're showing up, the energy you're in, mastering the mind, mastering the reaction, moving with integrity, regardless of emotion. This is a skill that you are honing right now. It's no accident that things are getting more challenging. Things aren't getting easier, but it's like you're mastering things so they are getting easier to deal with. Mountain Lion can be a very difficult power totem for you to have, because it places you in a position to be a target for the problems of others. You could be blamed for things going wrong, or for always taking charge when others cannot. You could become the perfect justification for the insecurities of others. Power in leadership. Lessons on the use of power in leadership. It is the ability to lead without insisting that others follow, understanding that all beings are potential leaders in their own ways. That thing of the we don't heal anyone, we can just show them to heal themselves. That everyone's their own healer, everyone's their own leader, everyone's their own master, that we can only inspire others to move in that state of sovereignty when we're doing that. Not to force anyone to follow us, not to fear anyone into following us, that fake respect, but to move from the heart with integrity. As like as all that sounds, as obvious as all that sounds, as this is something that everybody says they are and they do and they be and they is, they ain't. And this takes a lot to master the inner world to this point. This isn't logically knowing what you should do. This is a becoming. This is metamorphosis. This is shedding. This is you doing the real work. This is transformation, emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, higher consciousness. This is a new version of yourself that everybody's yet to meet. It feels like your wings are drying off right now, but you're going to be taking flight real soon. If you hadn't been battered down to a certain level of humbleness, you could have ended up a real asshole, because it's like something coming through about having the ability to be cold as ice, willing to sacrifice. What is that song? Cold as ice. Yeah, I get it. What on hear it. Can't play it on here, but I just want to hear it. Yeah, so it's all for the greater good. We've got number 6, transmutation, the snake. Jesus. There is sacrifice. God says, willing sacrifice. Alright, snake, transmutation. Snake, I'm calling, there's fire in your eyes. Bite me, excite me, I'll learn to realize. The poison transmuted brings eternal flame. Open me to heaven to heal me again. Again, would have gone nicer, wouldn't it, love? The poison transmuted brings eternal flame. Open me to heaven to heal me again. Number 61, page number, it's number 6. Transmutation, the snake. Snake medicine people are very rare. Their initiation involves experiencing and living through multiple snake bites, which allows them to transmute all poisons, be they mental, physical, spiritual, or emotional. I feel like that sums up what's going on here. Transmutation of the life-death rebirth cycle is exemplified by the shedding of snake skin. It is the energy of wholeness, cosmic consciousness, and the ability to experience anything willingly and without resistance. It is the knowledge that all things are equal in creation and that those things which might be experienced as poison can be eaten, ingested, integrated, and transmuted if one has the proper state of mind. And we've got the eagle, number 1, spirit. Take heart and gather your courage, for the universe is presenting you with an opportunity to soar above the mundane levels of your life. The power of recognizing this opportunity may come in the form of a spiritual test. In being astute, you may recognize the places within your soul, personality, emotions, or psyche that need bolstering or refinement. By looking at the overall tapestry, Eagle teaches you to broaden your sense of self beyond the horizon of what is presently visible. In learning to fiercely attack your personal fears of the unknown, the wings of your soul will be supported by the ever-present breezes, which are the breath of the Great Spirit. Feed your body, but more importantly, feed your soul. Within the realm of Mother Earth and Father Sky, the dance that leads to flight involves the conquering of fear and the willingness to join in the adventure that you are co-creating with the divine. If Eagle has majestically soared into your card, you are being put on notice to reconnect with the element of air. Air is of the mental plane, and in this instance, it is of the higher mind. Wisdom comes in many strange and curious forms and is always related to the creative force of the Great Spirit. If you've been walking in shadows of former realities, Eagle brings illumination. Eagle teaches you to look higher and to touch Grandfather's Sun with your heart, to love the shadow as well as the light. See the beauty in both and you will take flight like the eagle. Eagle medicine is a gift we give ourselves to remind us of the freedom of the skies. Eagle asks you to give yourself permission to legalize freedom and to follow the joy your heart desires. 55:22. Gonna leave it there, guys. If this did resonate, like, share and subscribe. I'll catch you soon. Sending so much love.